Hey, what's up, gang? Welcome back to the channel again, guys. I appreciate you checking in again with me today. So today, guys, got a quick update on the ZL1 Monte Carlo. For those who don't know, this is a 87 Monte Carlo Super Sport. So we're doing an LSA Supercharger setup in it. And a couple weeks ago, I posted a video, just kind of an unboxing of my new ZL1 lid that came in, along with some other parts. And so I had ordered a ZL1 lid for my Supercharger from a company called DSX Tuning. And that Supercharger lid was on back order for about 8 months. Well, that lid finally came in. So the lid that came in the last video, that was a lid that came from a dealership out of Dallas. And I just happened to get word that they had some in stock, and I grabbed one. But this lid here, this is a special one because it has been upgraded with what they call a reinforced brick, which is the little intercooler inside that sits inside the supercharger that keeps the rotors of the supercharger, keeps the internal mechanism cool, right? And so it's like basically like a little like a little radiator almost, kind of like. But anyways, this thing has what's called a reinforced brick, which is supposed to be able to help it withstand higher performance and speed. And then I also paid extra for I think it's the billet manifold. So it's like the inlet outlet or whatever. So the coolant lines. So for the coolant lines, so I'll show you guys that. So I'm gonna check this thing out, open it up. Just came in today. Do me a favor though, guys, really quickly, if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you do like this content, please tap the like button, share this video with a friend, and of course, tell a friend about our channel, okay? Let's get to it. So I've already cut this seal on this thing, but you can see DSX Tuning. They sell a lot of aftermarket LS swap parts, and so I'll open this thing up. So I gotta be honest with you, I have a bone to pick with them. The packing, they could have done a better job in packing this, because you see here in the bag, see this bag that the lid is sitting in was open, and what happened was there's holes on the outside here on this side, and then there's holes on this side here. So what happened was, while this thing was in transit, I noticed, in fact, I noticed on my front porch there was one of these bolts, these are the bolts that mount the lid to the supercharger, and I noticed that one of these was just lying on the porch, which tells me it fell out of this box, probably through one of these holes. So what I would suggest to them, if they're going to ship this box, to ship this item like this, I would suggest that they either tape off these holes on either side of the box, or they make sure that the actual lid is, the bag that the lid is sealed or closed, so nothing falls out. All these little bolts are pretty important, because that's how you mount the lid to the top of the supercharger. So I don't know how many more I lost, but I know for sure this is one. So when I open it, we'll take a look and see how many are missing, and I'm gonna call them and see if they can send me a couple extras, because those, I don't even know where you buy those bolts at. I mean, sure, I guess I could probably contact GM or whatever, but. And then another thing too, they didn't secure this. They didn't secure this in the box. See how it's just moving around, just rocking back and forth. My suggestion, see, when I ordered the other lid that came from the dealership in Dallas, they had it packed down on both sides, really all four sides. They had it packed down to where it wouldn't move around. But this DSX tuning, they didn't do a real good job, man. So you know, fortunately they had these little buffers on each side to kind of help a little bit, but it still was moving around while it was in transit, which could potentially damage it, because we all know how haphazardly they handle packages when they're in transit. So I'm gonna get this thing out of this wrapping here, and I'm gonna take inventory and see how many bolts I'm missing. So here's what I was talking about. See, there's another bolt there that was just laying here in the box, just laying in the box. So that's 2 bolts that that I have found that should have been inside this bag with the supercharger lid, but they were not. They had fallen out. So, like I said, there's no telling how many more I lost just eyeballing this thing from inside the bag. It looks like there's at least 4 or 5 missing. So let's see what we got. All right, guys, so here we are. We got the LSA lid out. Looks pretty much a lot like the lid that we filmed the other day. That came from the GM dealership. Difference in this one here is it has this billet manifold here. So there's supposed to be 2 AN fittings that go there, and then your hoses connect to those AN fittings. They weren't included in the package, so I gotta contact them and order those. I thought they were included, but apparently they were not. But at any rate, but yeah, so she came in, and here's what really what the most important part is of this whole thing is this right here. So this is the brick or the intercooler. So if you recall from our previous video when we shot the other ZL1 lid, the intercooler was a bit smaller than this one here, and so this one here has a bigger intercooler, and this intercooler has been reinforced. So it's essentially it's been fortified and enforced through welding. They've welded some brackets to it to basically keep this thing from moving around and just staying in place and making sure that it is not damaged under extreme acceleration, extreme load, and aggressive driving. So that was what the extra money was we spent on this thing here. So that hopefully was worth our investment. We'll see what that turns out. We'll see how that turns out when we get this thing on the car and rolling down the road, and we can actually do some testing. So overall, guys, I guess I'm overall happy with my purchase. Just not real happy about how they packaged this thing. They could have done a much better job in securing the contents of the box much better. Anytime I ship anything out, I always make sure I really kind of overdo it on the packing, because I want to make sure that that it's bulletproof, right? And make sure that any I guess any damage along the way is mitigated or avoided by making sure that thing is completely packed and secure and doesn't move around. So I did reach out to DSX Tuning, to their shipping manager, let him know that there were some bolts missing, and I also let him know that I wanted to get the fittings, the AN fittings that fit into the billet manifold. So he said that they would just basically send over a whole new set of bolts, so no need to worry there. And for my trouble, he said that he would just send me the fittings for free. So shout out to DSX Tuning and my guy Matt Koenig over there. Really appreciate you guys, making things right and taking care of me. That's how customer service is handled, guys. I appreciate any business that handles customer service that way, and they put that first in everything that they do. So so that's a good lesson to be learned for all of you vendors out there. Take care of the customer. Take care of the customer, because we're the ones that keep you guys alive and keep the doors open. So anyways, guys, so that's my video for today. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up and get out of here, guys. But I appreciate you checking in again with me today. As always, guys, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing if you like the content. And of course, share this video with a friend. Let me know what you think about the content below in the comments, and tell a friend about our channel. Okay, guys, see you next time.